Nepal receives nearly $4 billion a year in international remittances, much of it coming from the Gulf countries. So on what scale will MFS reduce the cost of remittances?
In fact, you're very right. In Qatar, we have only, I think, between 350 and 450,000 Nepalese living there. And most of them are sending back home around 80 or 90% of all their revenues. And we are entering into a market where some players have been here for years, such as Western Union and all the traditional money exchange houses, which are providing cash-to-cash transfer. We are entering into this market with trying to bring two new propositions. Number one is to provide more convenience, because these expat workers will get their salary directly into their mobile wallet, and that can send the money back home directly in a couple of clicks. So they don't have to commute anymore to a money exchange house. And if you know the weather in the Gulf region, sometimes it's not good to working outside. And number two is to try to provide a very competitive pricing. Depending of the markets in the Middle East, but looking at Qatar, which is the one I know the best, pricing for remitting money with traditional players such as Money Express or Western Union is something between 20 Qatari Riyal to 25. So in US dollar is around around $7 US. We are trying to promote the service at half of this price. So to respond to your question, how can we help these expat workers to reduce their remittance cost? This is exactly what we're trying to do. And how can we achieve that is by the technology that we have in place, which is obviously much more efficient, and as everything is automatic, we believe we can have a competitive pricing.
And at present, what percentages of remittances to Nepal do you suppose comes via MFS?
At present?
Yes.
So we have launched in Qatar only a couple of months back, and the Nepal corridor is not yet open. So today we can remit money to Philippines, Pakistan, and I'm actually here because in 2 weeks' time we are officially opening the Nepalese corridor. So I'll be able to tell you more in a couple of months.
Okay. So what would that percentage be in 2015, I suppose?
We have some, forecast is always a bit a guess, but there have been some studies done by some consulting firms, and many are seeing mobile remittance in the 5 years becoming around 25% of the overall remittance market.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Obviously, the take-up of mobile money services is sometimes very slow because we have to build trust with the customers, and that takes some time. It's not something that you can do overnight. And what we've seen in other markets where the mobile money services have been launched long time back, say in Africa or Kenya or whatever, or in Philippines, the first 2 years, the take-up was most of the time overestimated. So people were expecting a lot, but they had very little. But the last 3, 4, 5 years have often been underestimated. So it's the exponential take-up of the service. Beginning is very slow, but after we have some good expectations. So I think 25% of remittance going through mobile in 5 years is something realistic.